I just went up to do some shopping after work. I pulled into the car park and saw a guy sitting on the benches, but I didn't sort of worry too much because there's usually a lot of people sitting out there. So I've just parked my car, I've gone in, got a couple of bags of shopping, come back out to my car and I noticed that he was still sitting there, but I still didn't worry. Got in my car, got the shopping in the back of my car and went to get into the driver's seat, and next minute somebody was behind me with a screwdriver saying, "Give me your keys and your money," and I sort of spun around thinking that it was a joke, somebody playing an awful joke on me, but it wasn't. He just started punching me, dragged me out of the car, ended up on the ground. He was punching me and kicking me, and I just kept screaming and screaming for help and nobody came. So it was terrifying. I didn't think that I was going to see my son or my husband again, and then he obviously thought that it had gone on for too long, so he went to take off and then saw my purse on the ground, so he's come back and picked up my purse. By this time I've stood up and started chasing him, and he's turned around and started punching me again, and then just taken off with my purse, and then I screamed out, "Is anybody going to help me?" And still nobody was coming. So I was bleeding. I didn't know whether I had anything broken or where all the blood was coming from, and then a lady pulled up and rang the police and the ambulance. And
what kind of injuries did you sustain?
Well, I went to the hospital and then they had to stitch my lip. My top lip had that was split right open, and my bottom lip was split also, but they put 3 stitches in my top lip, and steri strips underneath my left eye because it was opened up as well. Well, it felt like hours, but it was probably all up would have been about 3 minutes, I guess. Yeah, it just felt like it was going on forever, and he just wasn't giving up. He just kept hitting. Well, I thought, for one, when it was happening, I thought I wasn't coming home. I didn't think I was going to see anybody again. I thought I was going to die, basically. And I'm too scared to go back to the shops now. I can't go on my own anywhere. I feel like a prisoner in my own house because I'm so used to doing everything on my own and by myself when I want to, and now I can't do anything. I just feel like a caged animal, basically. I can't go anywhere by myself, so I have to rely on somebody, and I hate relying on people. Terrified. Every time I shut my eyes, I see it all happening all over again. I beat myself up thinking, why can't I remember exactly what he looked like? Why did I park there? Why did I go at that time of the day? I feel like, I guess it sounds silly, but I feel I'm glad it happened to me and not to, say, my elderly neighbour or my mum, or they may not have fared as well as I did. It's at the back of Woolworths loading bay. There's a bit that's sort of sheltered there, because it looked like, when I drove up there, it looked like it was going to rain, so I thought I'll try and park as close as I can to the shopping centre, and thought, oh great, there's a park right there near the loading bay. I'll just be able to race in the back door and race out again. But yeah, there was just no one came, and that was the hardest part to think about, is nobody actually came to do anything. And it wasn't until the attack, he'd long gone, and then people came from everywhere. So, and they said that they'd seen him, so they must have been there watching somewhere. So.
And so has that affected your faith in humanity?
Yeah, quite a bit. I'm the sort of person that thinks about somebody else before I think about myself, and I just think, at least I would have rang the police if I had seen something like that and tried to do something. But unfortunately, people don't like to get involved in things these days. So be very careful. Have a look at your surroundings before you get out of your car, before you get back in your car. just maybe not park around where I parked, but the detectives have rung me a couple of times and they say that they have a suspect, but they can't. They're trying to find him. They're working on it, but I haven't heard that they've caught him yet. So I'm hoping. I hope go to bed every night hoping that they catch him, and so I don't have to be so scared anymore. Because I think, does he know who I am? Does he know where I live? You know, he went through my purse, so he has all my details on my driver's license if he, you know, bothered to look at that. So I'm scared every day as to whether he's going to come knocking on the door. So.
So they tell me this man is not long out of jail.
Oh, okay.
And that
closest to the drive. I got a phone call from Woolworths staff saying her purse had just been handed in, and 3 seconds later my partner rang me on my mobile phone to say she was with the Ambos and she'd just been assaulted and robbed. I basically had one phone in each hand and was totally shocked, as you can imagine. When I got to the hospital and I saw her, they had her just sitting in a room and she was sitting basically with her head between her legs, completely saturated in blood, and congealed blood all over her face, with her lips split open and her eyes split open, crying. It was horrific. I just wanted to turn around, find this man, and you can imagine what I would have liked to have done to him. I know the staff themselves are scared to go to their own car after work because the security is non-existent. I think basically the cleaners are expected to be the security as well, which I don't think is fair on them. They're not trained for that job.